What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to another I'm Joking podcast. It's your host Kenny, and I'm here with my co-host John. Say what's up to the
What's
audience.
good, audience? How you been? Unfortunately,
So, go ahead.
I was having streaming issues earlier today, and I couldn't uh go live because it kept like Streamlabs OBS kept like fucking up with me, and then it's working now. Like we're technically live, like on Twitch, but I didn't announce it because I already announced that we weren't going live. So if you're here, this is a nice little treat for you. If you're not, well, you still get the recording of the weekly podcast. But how you been, Kenny?
I've been good, man. Can't complain. Um, One notable thing that's happened in the past, I guess, week or so.
Mm-hmm.
Um, iOS 15 Beta 2 was released.
The public beta was released.
The public Beta 1 was released. Yeah, I think that was 2 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then the developer Beta 2 was um released last week. Before the podcast, we didn't have time to install it on our phones.
Well, you didn't. I've
But
been
we've
had
had
this.
it.
I've been had this for a month.
Oh, no, you didn't do it because you said if you needed your phone. So you've had it since what, last
No,
week? The beta 2?
no, I've had beta 1. I installed the beta June 4th.
Okay.
So I've had it for the whole
Well,
month.
in any event, we've had some time to kind of test out some new features. There's a few notable things, and we're definitely gonna go over it in today's episode.
Yep. But do you like it, by the way? We might as well just get into it.
All right, so I do like it. Obviously, as with any beta, there's bugs. I don't necessarily feel like my phone is moving slower. There are certain things that I could have accessed, obviously with an official release of iOS,
Mm-hmm.
that I could have accessed a little bit quicker. But all in all, it's just quality of life shit. I do enjoy the changes that they've made, like to the notification center, FaceTime. I can't wait to see where that goes. Actually, I haven't FaceTimed anybody who's had um the beta yet
You know what I'm
to
thinking?
do like the audio sharing
You
and
know what we
shit. What's
should
that?
do? For next Wednesday. Oh, I gotta ship you the iPad so we can FaceTime and then watch it
Yeah,
on FaceTime synced. Cause I really want to
yeah,
try
that'll be
that,
cool.
but nobody else has a beta.
Yeah,
So I gotta ship
that'll
you
be
the
dope. That'll
iPad,
be
and then we
dope.
can FaceTime through the iPads and watch Loki at the same time.
That's gonna be gas. So I need it before next Wednesday.
Oh, hold up. Also, in case you're watching the video, this is not the Loki. I keep fucking this up. This is not the Loki spoiler section. That's in the end. Don't worry about it. We're not doing spoilers yet. Um,
But you can still leave it up. They
nah,
know what's coming.
I
They know
took
what
it.
to
I took
expect.
it off. When we start talking about it, I'll put up the Loki spoilers.
Got you.
All right. So I have an interesting topic for you. So
We're gonna get into it without no top.
yeah, I don't have a top prepared.
All right, let's do it. Fuck it.
I didn't drink pineapple juice, so
Not ready for top.
I wasn't prepared.
Got you.
And we're not sponsored by Manscaped, so it's a little.
We're also not sponsored by FedEx. I think I kind of want to change my shirt.
Also, just so happens we were in the same tank top I wear last episode.
But you ordered a bunch.
I
You
know.
ordered a bunch,
It
so
just
it's
so
fine.
happened that we're in the same one, and then I was trying to change my shirt, but we just kept playing Apex, and it was so much fun that it's you know what, fuck
Yeah, I
it.
know. We were having a good time getting smacked around after our one dub.
Yeah, as you update, it finally reinvigorated my love for Apex. I'm having fun
I
with it
feel
now.
like I feel like the game is really fast paced. But one thing that I do have to say is ever since getting on the Xbox Series S,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason I feel like my movement is a little bit slower. And I've tried I try to transfer all my settings. I try to at least get them back to what I had.
Yeah.
And my shots are off. I don't know. I feel a little bit off. I might have to go into the shooting range and just try it out for a little bit.
So speaking of Apex, this is a topic that I wanted to talk about. So apparently, there's this company called Play One, spelled WON, and both EA and Activision signed a contract with them. And what this company does is they found a way to inject advertisements to your video games. not just mobile, but console games. So there might be a future where you're playing Apex, and instead of a loading screen, they hit you with an ad. How do you feel about that?
All right. So, not having heard about this topic prior to just now, I'm a little shell shocked. Um, I don't think that I would have a problem if the ads are not like super malevolent and malicious.
Yeah.
If it's just a simple ad, like something like you would see on the street, like a billboard or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
um, and especially during a loading screen, I feel like it'll be fine. But
But as
I
an
do
example,
know,
it could be
yeah,
worse.
okay. For example, right. What I was getting to, I do know EA, and I know that they are super heavy on microtransactions. Even before it became like a mainstream thing,
Those
like every game has
motherfuckers
it now.
got me to spend $80.
Exactly. So them as a company, I feel like they're trying to pioneer maybe this new age of um non ad free gaming. Um, I'm gonna have to say off the bat, I'm against it. I wouldn't mind seeing how it's implemented.
Yeah.
Um, but how do you feel about it?
See, here's the thing. I think ads in video games could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. A good way to do it is if you're playing like Need for Speed or like a car game, something that you're not really suspending your disbelief. It's just a car
Right.
game. If you see like a McDonald's billboard in the background, like, oh, that's new, it doesn't bother me. I'm like, all right, that's cool. But if I'm playing Apex and in the middle of me shooting somebody, there's like a McDonald's banner in the background or like some shit like that. Or like I launched the game and there's like a Whopper there. I'm like, what the fuck am I playing?
All right. So the the way that they could get it to work in a way that doesn't take away from our current experience, obviously ad free,
Yeah.
they could make the ads similar or associated with the game that you're playing. So, I mean, you had a good example there with Need for Speed. If the ad is gonna come up something, for your car, maybe some interior lights, a new sound system, some shit like that, like cool. You obviously playing a car game. You like cars. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they should go hand in hand. You should like cars if you're playing a fucking car game. If not, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna sell you something or advertise something that is gonna be useful to you, I'm all for it. Now, the I guess on the other side of the same coin, what are they gonna advertise in a shooter? They're not gonna sell us guns. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what kind of ads would they force on us? Fast food? We're already obese as a fucking country. Like, come
That's
on.
what they want. They want you to buy more cheeseburgers.
Like, the only thing that I can see making it worthwhile is if they're gonna advertise an upcoming game, which is gonna get stale really fast because games take a long time to release.
Yeah.
Maybe movies, like Fortnite has a lot of collabs. They could have done if they had it going on now. They could have done some Black Widow shit.
Which
I know that
games?
they.
Which games kind of do that already? Like if you go to back to play like Modern Warfare 2, it would tell you like, "Hey, Modern Warfare 3 is out," even though it came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah, for sure, for
But
sure.
it like it's
But
the thing that's like kind of draws the line if it's like because also another thing that they're doing is that they give you like incentives to watch like a 30-second ad.
right.
Like, oh, here's this useless cosmetic. Just watch this 30-second ad and just like,
Well, that in itself, I feel like will ruin the cosmetic game
all
because at
right.
the end of the day, we get shit for free already.
Here's how it wouldn't bother me. Like, let's say they do that to Apex. They put like McDonald ads, and it's like, watch this 30-second ad. You get some crafting materials or something. I'm like, all right. If it's an optional thing that I have to click on myself and then it plays the ad, I'll just go to the bathroom. And then
Right.
by the time I'm done, it's done. But if it's like a
Yeah.
forceful one, like it's just at random, like you finish the game, it loads back to the lobby, and then it plays an ad that you can't even skip. I'm like, all right, that's a bit much.
Yeah, that'll be kind of crazy. The only way that I could see it really working is if it's not obnoxious and if it is during a loading screen, like as opposed to me seeing my fucking wallpaper that I picked for Apex.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, sure, I'll watch something. It's gonna take me 10 to 15 seconds to get into a game for everybody to load in. Fuck it, give me an ad, whatever. It's mindless at that point. but they cannot have it intrude on the speed of the game.
Yeah,
If I like you said, if I'm in a gunfight, there's no fucking way that you should be force feeding me any type of fucking service or any type of how do you say? You know what I mean?
microtransaction. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, it's just like that. I'm the more we talk about it, the more I'm intrigued to see the path that this leads down.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that definitely want like no type of ads, and like I get what you're coming from, but it's like if it's minimal, but I feel like if it's minimal, they probably wouldn't even do it. Like it's probably most likely gonna be some. They're gonna like drip feed it, like they're gonna test the waters.
Right.
Like first gonna be like a little ad, like a little banner in the background, and then that banner's gonna get bigger, and they're gonna try to like experiment with like, oh, here's optional ads that you can press yes or no, and then next thing you know, they're not optional. So it's like a slippery slope. I'd rather just they not do it
It
at all.
definitely is. All right, check it. Hear me out. If a majority of games move towards the free to play realm, which
Yeah,
is come about in the past 2 3 years, and they have an option for you to buy an ad free version, which is the same way that they do with mobile games.
yeah.
If I had to pay $20 to never get ads on Apex, I'm fuck it, fine. If I had to pay 15 10 bucks to get no ads in Fortnite, okay. If everything moving forward is on free to play, which it's gonna take a long time to get there, especially with the Game Pass coming out, the Game Pass Ultimate,
Yeah.
I feel like free to play games is somewhere to start. So if they want to make Madden free, fuck it. It's an EA produced game.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Do what you want to do. I don't play Madden, so it's not gonna affect me.
Mm-hmm.
But if if they're signing these huge contracts with these advertising companies, then we should get something out of it. So the only trade-off, and I'm just gonna reiterate, the only trade-off that I would take is a majority of games going free to play, and those free to play games, I don't mind receiving ads. But give me the option to avoid those ads by paying, I don't know, $5 a month, some shit. Like give me a reason
$5 a month.
to give
Oh,
you money.
hold up there.
You know what I
That's a
mean. You know
little
what I
too
mean. It's a lot.
predatory.
But let's say $5 a month for 5 games. So a
Cause
dollar a game, and
mobile
they'll just give us
games
a bundle.
that ass do that. Like there's this game I used to play when I was little called Cut the Rope, and
I
there's
fuck with Cut the Rope.
literally a subscription for
Mm-hmm.
that game, and it's
Yep.
solely for just that game. And I'm like, what type of shit is this? Like, who the fuck
Yeah.
would pay $5 a month for this? I think even the mobile Mario Kart game did the same thing where they had a subscription service, and I'm like, yo, this is retarded. Like, who the fuck would pay a subscription service for just a sole one game?
All right. So let me ask you this: in games like that you've mentioned, did the ads bother you enough to ever make you think about purchasing their monthly plan or whatever the fuck it was?
Sometimes they be obnoxious. It's like you beat a level, here's a 30-second ad. I'm like, what the fuck? And then
Sometimes
and then
you're not
I
even done with the fucking level.
and then I
The shit
hate
pop up.
I hate it when it's like you try to tap the X, but they make that shit so tiny that you accidentally tap the ad, and it's like Safari opens and the App Store opens. I'm like, I don't want
Yeah.
this.
I think at some point, I just play my games, whatever games I play on airplane mode. But at some point, for those ads, I'll literally just download the game or I'll play the trial that they give us. And usually when you do that, it'll force the ad to close and then you just come back to it. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
But again, that's when they market it very well. So I'm playing Subway Surfers,
Mm-hmm.
and they give me a game. They give me an ad for a game similar to Subway Surfers. Cool. I'll download the game. I'll try it out. Fucking Temple Run. They gave me
Yeah.
an ad for Temple Run. Fuck it. I'll try it out. I might download it. Like, cool. You gave me an associated game ad. Like, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Just don't give me some off the rope shit all the way from left field. That's gonna make me hate playing the game. Give me something that I'm gonna use. Give me an app to download that I'll utilize. Something that I can get on my fucking iPad, my phone, my TV. Like, fine. Do it.
Fun fact.
Just don't force feed me.
Fun fact. On your iPhone now, and also on the iPad, I'm gonna sell you in a bit. You can now play some Game Pass games on your phone.
I did. I heard about that. I heard
The
about that.
streaming thing finally came out for the iPhone, and it's actually really good. Some games you don't need a controller attached; they have like an actual on-screen control.
Okay,
So if you ever see a game on Game Pass, you want to like try it out, you can just stream it and just see if you like it. So you don't have to like download it.
that's not bad. But you do have to, if I'm not mistaken, you do have to be in the same vicinity as your console. No.
No, no, no. It's streaming. It streams from a different Xbox.
Gotcha.
That
Okay, from
what?
like a server.
Yeah, because it's not using the app. It's using a website, like the actual Xbox. I don't know the exact website. Basically, you go to this website, and then you can stream Game Pass games that are not installed on your Xbox.
All right. I mean, not bad. That's really cool.
It is.
And if they were to give me ads while I'm playing on my,
No, I don't
excuse me,
want.
on my phone,
We pay for that. We cannot have ads on that.
I don't know, man. I don't
You
know.
you pay for that.
No, no, I know you do. I know you pay for Game Pass. I know. Monthly at that, and it's not cheap.
Yeah,
But
but see the difference with Game Pass is not you're not paying $15 a month for one game. You're paying $15 a month for like 2-ish hundred games.
yeah, and they're always recycling. They're always adding.
Yeah, and in some games
Um,
you get a day one, like Halo in the fall. It's gonna be there day one.
yeah, MLB The Show, that was pretty dope
Yeah,
when
it
they
was
did
it was
that.
there day one. And all the Xbox exclusive that they announced at E3, all of them gonna be day one. You get to
Looking
save money
forward to
on,
that.
buying other shit.
All in all, what is your final statement? What's your final stance on ads in console gaming?
No. Just no. Leave that shit in the
I think I'm
mobiles.
on. I think I'm on. I think I'm on the fence, bro. As a consumer, I'm definitely like hell nah. But looking at it from a company's perspective, or at least trying to, because I don't own a fucking company, but
Mm-hmm.
at least trying to make sense of it. Like, fine, give me a. I'll try it out. I'll test it out. If I hate it, fuck it. But like I said, I'm definitely intrigued as to where this will lead.
Now, I'll see if it were just like you click a button, they play an ad, you get currency, that's it. If it was just like that and it always stayed like that, I'd be cool with it. But I know these companies are gonna get greedier and greedier, and they're not just gonna leave it like
Absolutely.
that. So I'll just leave it like that. I don't want it. Get it out of my console games.
Get it out of my face.
I don't want to see no freaking McDonald ads when I'm playing Apex. All right, I think we should talk about that amazing episode of Loki.
Oh man.
So
Don't
this is
even get me started,
all
bro.
right. So, ladies
Amazing.
and gentlemen, this is the section
Yep.
of the podcast where we discuss Loki, and we won't hold back on the spoilers. So, if you haven't watched it, what are you doing? Go watch it,
What are you
then
doing
come
with your
back
life?
and watch us discuss it. All right, you've been warned. I have the thing up there. It says Loki spoilers. I told you it says Loki spoilers. All right, so this episode opens so many fucking doors
It
that
did. It
I'm
did.
just like, what the fuck? So, not only at the very end do we get 4 more Lokis, which is the old Loki, the black Loki, alligator
Young
Loki,
Loki.
and then young Loki. That was gonna be a whole lot of fun. I want to see like I hope I don't know how they're gonna do all of that in just 2 episodes. So these episodes better be no 40-minute shit. They would be 56 minutes each. Cause I want a whole ass
No,
movie on Loki and Loki and
the
Loki and
only
Loki.
the only way that I can see it working within an hour and a half, let's say, is if an hour and 15 minutes is dedicated to our Loki. The Loki that we started this series with,
Yeah.
the fucking poster boy of the series. And maybe coming back down the line towards the end of the episode and getting a debriefing of what Sylvie was up to
Mm-hmm.
in her time. I don't think that they're gonna disclose all the information and all the events that happened while we were gone in this. I don't even know what to call it. Is it a parallel universe? I don't know.
People think it's a quantum realm, which I mean it makes sense, but I don't think. I mean, it might be because It might be the quantum realm. It is a lot of point because I think you sent me a video on it. There's a lot of
Yeah,
strings that lead to it being a quantum realm because the supposed bad guy, like the main bad guy behind all of this, is gonna be the same bad guy
in Quantum Mania.
in Quantum Mania. So it makes sense for the TVA to be in a quantum realm. So we just gotta see. We haven't seen him yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we sort of kind of saw him, but it wasn't real.
Let's go over the episode from
All right.
beginning to end.
So it started off. How did it start off? What day is it? Today's Thursday, right? I saw it yesterday. It should be
Yeah.
like fresh in my mind.
All right, so we got Loki and Sylvie being captured.
All right, right. They were in the
They were being
planet,
interrogated in separate rooms.
and them almost falling in love
Basically,
created
right, a
a,
Nexus event,
a Nexus event.
like an incredible one. Like
Like
the
that shit
branch
was
was so
erect.
let's like yeah, the branch was triple or double the branches that we saw when Sylvie let all those time bombs go into the
Yeah.
timeline. Um, so that was really interesting, and I
Also,
want to see where they
I
go with
I
that.
kind of want to mention this. I feel like what she did didn't have that big of an impact. Like all the strings going around, like all the alterations. Like I feel like
Well,
that was gonna play a bigger role,
right, right.
but they kind of just
I
brushed it off.
honestly, when the next time that we saw the sacred timeline, it was just that one Nexus event, the one that they caused
Yeah,
together. We didn't see anything else, which means that everything has gone back to normal. I, you know, so to speak.
yeah. I was kind of weirded out by that part because I was like, isn't there like a whole bunch? Isn't there like madness going on? It's like a whole bunch of branching timelines and shit.
And they shouldn't have had enough TVA agents to go and fix all these fucking um Nexus events that happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it there has to be bigger forces at play, which comes into what you said about I guess we'll just say his name, King the Conqueror.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like they have to really, really set him up to be bigger than the timekeepers. Because apparently, from what the TVA believes,
He's supposed to be one of them
they're
then.
this oh, is he?
I think it's been hinted that the middle one is
Yeah,
supposed
the
to be
lizard one?
Kong. Is supposed to be Kong the Conqueror. Also, just as a side note, when they were all talking, I was like, "What the fuck are they saying?" Like I felt
What?
like
Oh,
the
oh,
timekeepers, like their voice was so bassy. There was
yeah.
I feel like I was
I
watching
had
The Dark Knight
subtitles
again.
on.
The Dark Knight
I had to
Rises.
have subtitles on.
I just knew they were just talking shit, so I just left it.
All right. So, we also did get some backstory as to, I guess a little bit more backstory. I'm not sure if it was this episode or last.
It was this
Um,
episode on this girl.
that Ramona, yeah. So Ramona actually pulled Sylvie because apparently she caused a Nexus event.
Yeah.
When Sylvie confronted her in the elevator, on their way to visit the timekeepers,
Mm-hmm.
um, Ramona tried to act like, not that she didn't try to act, she acted like she didn't know what the fuck Sylvie was talking about. She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I remember pulling you from the timeline," and then she was like, "What for? Like, tell me what the fuck I did." And she's just like, "Nah, I don't remember," with a huge grin on her face.
Yeah. Like.
So they're putting her out to be this big bad fucking puppet controlled by the timekeepers. I'm
Mm-hmm.
all for it. I'm
Yeah.
all for it, especially the position that the episode left us
Mm-hmm.
with Sylvie having a fucking literal purge sword to her neck.
Yeah.
Like that was dope. So I want to see what comes of that. I want to see what she actually knows and what information she's willing to spill. Um, but that was a pretty intense scene between them.
It was, and also, fuck. I was gonna say something. What else happened in the show? Oh, the part when Owen Wilson, Morbius, he got deleted. I'm not gonna lie, that almost got me. A tear almost came out of my eye. I was like, ah, shit, man. Not
Yeah.
Mobius. I want to see him in a little jet ski.
What I did like about that scene was that he fully entrusted Loki enough to kind of spill the beans on what Loki was telling him. And he's like, listen, I will go back to whatever timeline you took me from. I probably own the fucking jet ski. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he grew some huge balls in this episode, and
Hmm.
I it was really nice to see him on screen. It was short lived, but it was really nice to see that come out of the character.
I like that Siri came back as a little cameo, just to fucking hit Loki.
Yeah, and that was cool too. Eventually, I guess he kind of came to terms with what she was telling him, that he was a self-centered bastard. So we were talking about
All
the
right, we're back. So yeah, episode's great. I cannot wait for next week and a week after. The show is looking to be freaking awesome.
especially when Sylvie went ahead and cut one of the timekeepers' heads off, and it was
Oh
revealed that they were actually fucking androids.
yeah, dude.
That
I was
was
like,
pretty
oh
sweet.
shit, what the fuck? And then
I honestly, I just it just it caught me off guard. Like I definitely wasn't expecting that shit at all.
me neither. And apparently this is when the show takes a turn, so it's just gonna get crazier.
Oh, I can't
And
wait for
there was a
that.
Reddit post, and they had like a whole bunch of screenshots of things we haven't seen on the show, and it was like literally like
Yeah.
20 pictures, and it was like a whole
Oh
bunch of
wow.
crazy shit, like a yeah, it's like one was like a whole bunch of knives on Loki, and it was like hello there or some shit like that. There was like him walking through like a broken down Manhattan, which we saw in the background of all the Lokis.
Yeah. Right. Right.
I don't know. I'm
I
excited.
saw.
I'm excited.
I saw. I saw one more picture that he was in a room
Hmm.
filled with a bunch of other Lokis, and apparently he's supposed to be like President Loki. I think he even got his horn crown back.
Yeah.
So like you said, I'm really excited to see, what these next few episodes hold for
And
us.
people think that they probably edited out all the Lokis from some of the pictures. Like they kind of, I don't know what show it was that they did that with. I think it was WandaVision, where like in the
Mm.
trailer it was a lot different than in the actual show. Also,
Well, they also did that for Infinity War Endgame, where they had Hulk, but it was actually the Hulk Buster.
yeah, yeah, I remember that. And when they were all running to the in the fight.
Exactly. Yep.
Also a crazy thing that happened recently was that they changed the final end credit scene for WandaVision. Like,
Really?
when like the camera's like flying over to like the little cabin where she is,
Yeah.
there's like a little speck or something, and it looks like someone with a cape that's flying into the cabin. And they
Ooh.
also
Who could
changed,
it be?
people think it might be White Vision, and other people think that it could be Doctor Strange.
I would assume Doctor Strange, to be honest.
Yeah, it would make more sense to be Doctor Strange. And also they changed the placement of some of the trees, was very weird. So people are thinking that maybe there's gonna be like a fight there, so they kind of matched the scene with how it is in Doctor Strange,
Gotcha.
Multiverse of Madness. But I'm
That'll
excited
be
for
dope.
Wednesday, and the show's crazy. It's probably the best one out of all of them.
I think so. I think that they definitely took the freedom that they had with this episode and time, and I mean with the series and time travel and all these different elements, and they definitely put it to probably its best use. I think I would have to agree that this is the best Marvel series that we've gotten so far.
Yeah. On my screen, you froze, so it looks like you're like watching something, and you're like very confused about what the fuck you're watching.
Am I still frozen right now?
Yeah, you're frozen. Let's
And I'm
see.
back.
There you go. Um, Ms. Marvel and Hawkeye has a lot of shoes to fill.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think they really are setting up Young Avengers. Because now we have young Loki. We're going to get Miss
Right.
Marvel, which is also a young person. And we're going to get the new Hawkeye, which is young. We
Mhm.
get the boys from Wanda. And then Spider Man. That's the Young Avengers.
Do you think that they'll throw Photon in there at any point, or is she just
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
take
yeah. Yeah, her too.
Captain? Yeah, her too, right?
Wait, Photon? No, no, no. I think she's too. She wouldn't
She
fit
is a
it.
little bit older in
Yeah.
WandaVision.
And we also getting the younger Iron Man. Iron Maiden, I think her
Right.
name is.
Yeah. So before we end off this episode,
Hmm.
I don't know if you've seen this, but if I'm not mistaken, it was in a comic that Tony Stark died, but his consciousness was turned into
An AI.
like a Jarvis, yeah, into an AI,
Mm.
and apparently that's gonna be the AI in the suit for his daughter.
Robert Downey Jr. is too expensive for them to do that. They're probably gonna do Friday.
I mean, bro, listen, they have a bunch of footage from him that they can easily piece together. Like they work magic, bro.
That is
They can
true,
easily piece it together.
but they still gotta pay him because they're using his voice.
Yeah, yeah, they would have to pay him.
They have to give him royalties, and I don't think they.
But if it
I don't think they wanna.
listen,
I feel like it's like unnecessary. Like they probably do it for like one movie or like one episode where like, oh, this is the voice. Like a little hologram of Robert Downey Jr. pops up
yeah,
and it's like I am passing the torch, but then that's
right.
it. I don't think they can do like an actual. She always has his voice in her head. Cause then
It's a fun idea though.
and it's
It
a
is
fun
a fun
idea,
idea. I loved it.
but
I
then
loved it.
every time she pops up, they gotta pay Tony's. They gotta pay Robert Downey Jr. to talk. Cause her AI can't just be quiet.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if she
I
gets
mean,
shot
and
and the AI's like systems down, it'll just be like she gets shot. It's just the camera, and it's like oh my god, and it's just quietness.
right, that would be mental torture right there.
Yeah, but I'm excited. What's the next phase of
Oh
Marvel?
hell yeah,
We
hell
got.
yeah, bro! The direction that they're heading in with these series, like I'm super
I'm more
excited for
hyped
the
for the
future of Marvel.
series than the show than the actual movies.
I think I agree. Even though the next few movies that we have announced are gonna go crazy, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Ant-Man.
Oh no, those are really I'm excited. But the like Shang-Chi, I'm like, all right, it looks dope. I'll watch it. Black Widow, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see it because I want to see what they're gonna do, how that's gonna set up
Yeah.
anything because it was in the past and maybe it'll connect shit that we had no context for before.
Hmm.
So I'm definitely
I mean, it looks
I
like
don't
a
know,
fun
man.
movie.
The show is just getting me excited for everything Marvel right
Yeah,
now. I'm gonna be completely
it
honest.
is. But yeah, I'm excited. Next week is Black Widow, and then we
Yeah,
got 2 more episodes of Loki, and then it's like a short break. I don't know when they start to. I don't know what's next after Black Widow and Loki.
yeah.
So we'll just see. But that's all I got
We
for this
will
week.
see. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's wrap it up.
it's been a very stressful day with all this technical glitches. Uh,
Literally, as the past 2 weeks of we just been getting shitted on.
yeah, he froze again, but it's all right. We can just end the podcast here.
Sorry.
It's all good. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. A bit of a short episode. I think we might stick
Yeah.
with the shorter episodes. I like the short and sweet, and it's like focused. We can do like a big topic, and then if we have like a Marvel show, we stick it to the end. This
Yep.
week we don't have top, but we'll get top next week. Don't worry about it.
No, we always looking for the
I
top.
bought some pineapple juice on Amazon. It's coming in.
I'm drinking cranberry juice and water.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right, guys. Take care. Peace.
Thank you.